Hey Mecklenburg County, I'm Angie. Welcome to the Mecklenburg Buzz. Are you ready? All right, let's jump right into it. Let's start with this year's Employee Fest because there was a whole lot of fun happening in Freedom Park.
Looking forward to barbecue.
I got the black bean burger.
Having a good day out here in this pretty park and enjoying some barbecue with the employees.
Hopefully brownies or cookie for dessert.
I love volunteering, especially doing the bus duty.
Being able to connect with employees that I wouldn't get to otherwise.
Seeing everybody that actually works for the county.
The county does so much for us on a day like today.
It's just pretty incredible to see everybody come together for this.
It's really fun for me because I get to interact with so many employees at one time. The best day of the year where we get an opportunity to say thank you to all of our employees for all the hard work they do all year long, and really celebrate all the things that employees do for the Mecklenburg County and the residents who live here. It's a really special day.
Oh, and I get a bullhorn.
All right, that was an amazing day. Next up, you're not going to believe what you're about to learn about Power 98's No Limit Larry. Keep watching to hear some pretty memorable stories from the studio.
Yes, I did grow up in Charlotte. I'm No Limit Larry. Known to my family by my nickname. A lot of folks don't know my nickname. It's Herbie, named after Herbie the Love Bug because I watched that show as a kid growing up, so my grandmama kind of gave me that nickname, Herbie. So that's my family nickname. Grew up right here in Charlotte, man, with high school, middle school, elementary, preschool, and even college right here in Charlotte. So, just love the city. Well, in college, that's the time you try to figure things out for your life. Figured out, I'm not 6'4", 6'5". I'm not going to the NBA, so let me find out what I really want to do. And I sat down with my counselors in school, and they tried to find out what I was good at in high school. And I was great at, things that pertain to communication, such as journalism. I was on the yearbook staff. I wrote for the yearbook. I took pictures for the yearbook. And I got into communications, and I loved it because I love to talk. And I kind of was already really into sports commentating in the neighborhood and stuff like that. So radio was the job for me. And I got an internship in '97 at Power 98, and I've been there ever since. Oh, some of the memorable people on the show. Of course, got to start with the great Barack Obama. Talked to him several times. Bill Clinton, talked to him several times. Michelle Obama, of course, Master P. Let me see who else I could think of right offhand. 50 Cent, very interesting person, along with Will Smith. Talked to Will Smith. Beyonce's dad, Matthew. He was hilarious, and Jay-Z. So those are some of the interesting people that have called in or either visited the Morning Madhouse. Yes, my nonprofit Children of Murdered Parents, I started it off one of my cousins. His dad actually passed away. He was actually a victim of murder here in Charlotte. And I just watched him grow up and, kind of go through different phases of his life and, really, asking questions like, what really happened to my dad? He's never going to be able to do this with me anymore. So it made me start my foundation, Children of Murdered Parents, and we're kind of like a lifeline for kids who've had a parent murdered. So we've done things like, went to daycares, we took a girl to a prom, visited graduations, and, first day of college and stuff like that. That's kind of some of the things we do. And I'm definitely passionate about the youth and finding things for them to do. I think people would probably find it pretty surprising that I was an AB honor roll student all the way through school, and because I act so silly on the radio. But like I tell people all the time, like if you work when you're young and you can play when you're older. So now that I'm older, I can play. And that I like to read. I like to read a lot. Like some of my favorite books growing up was the Hardy Boys, the Nancy Drew series, and I think people would probably be like, what? Yeah. So.
Are you reading something really good right now?
Right now, I actually just finished Charles Barkley's book, Who's Afraid of the Big Black Man. Just finished that book, but haven't picked up nothing else yet. So. Biggie or Tupac? Definitely Tupac. I'm a huge Tupac fan. You know, not just off his music, but his work ethic. You know, they talk about, like anybody you talk to about Tupac, they talked about how he took his craft so serious and how he lived in the studio. And that's how I kind of do my radio career. Like I live in the studio and I live for this. I live for radio each and every day. So.
Tupac. The man says Tupac, so there it is. Did you know we have more than 5,000 county employees? Take a look to see what one of us does every day.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Melanie. Good. How are you?
Good to see you. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about your job.
Sure.
What do you do?
Well, I am the Mecklenburg County Social Media Coordinator. So I manage all of our main Mecklenburg County Facebook, Twitter, Instagram accounts, and also help coordinate the accounts in different departments across the county.
Okay. What's the most important thing that you'd like county employees to know about those accounts?
Well, that is the best way for you to stay up to date on the latest county news. So if we have something like a county closure because of weather-related events, that's the first place you're going to find out.
Okay. Can you give us a sneak peek of anything that's coming up?
Yeah. Right now we're doing Fall for Meck, which is where we're asking our residents and our employees to submit their fall photos from across the county. So anything from fall leaf colors to Thanksgiving celebrations.
So I know we've got all these great things going on within our social media, but are there any social media accounts that you in particular like to visit?
Of course, yes. I like to follow a lot of home decorating accounts, and I'm also really interested in funny cat videos.
So why is social media so important for the county itself?
Well, it's really a direct line of communication to our residents. So if we want to have a conversation with them, that's one of the best places for us to do it.
Okay, so it's really great that we have it.
Yeah,
and
I think
thank
so.
you for giving me the time.
Yeah,
to let
absolutely.
Me know all about it.
Good talking to you.
All right,
Have a
you
good one.
day.
Thanks, Nicole and Melanie. You know, I know we all love to take videos on our phones, right? But do we do it the right way? Take a look at this to see how to do it best.
Thanks for your inquiry with Mecklenburg County's Public Information Department about how to shoot your own video. We're excited to help you create informative and effective video content for your team. Let's go over a few tips or best practices when shooting video on your cell phone or other equipment that may not be considered professional grade. First, if you're shooting on your smartphone, make sure you're shooting video horizontally. Remember, televisions and web players are oriented horizontally. Your camera should be as well. Second, make sure that your environment is suitable for recording video. Always make sure that your subject is lit properly with your main light source in front of the subject and not behind. This will ensure that your viewer has the best view of what you're trying to shoot. Also make sure that the room or environment you're in is free from distracting noises so that viewers can hear your subject speak clearly and doesn't have to compete with distracting sound. Thanks for watching. We hope this has helped you understand some basic videography principles that we in Public Information use every day. If you need additional help, contact Public Information. Happy shooting!
Well, that's it for this episode of the Mecklenburg Buzz. Keep in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. Until then, see you next time.